Wildfires are raging all over the Southern California coastline. I am absolutely shocked by what I have seen on the news and on social media, and my heart goes out to everyone. James Woods pretty much broke me down into tears. What a guy, sending people back for his neighbor with dementia. So, Paris Hilton has lost her house. Many, many celebrities have lost their house. There's some people that are reveling in this and like having an eat the rich moment. Um, Not really cool. Some time ago, insurance companies started to cancel fire policies for homes in Southern California due to the increased fire exposure that is there. Being a former insurance person, I do understand that insurance is not in the business of paying claims. They are in the business of collecting premium and hopefully not having any crises like this. So it's my understanding that insurance companies were paying out $1.25 on every dollar of premium they were taking. So it was not a sustainable business model for insurance companies. So Karen Bass was in Guyana at an inauguration there, and she has returned to her city of flame and was completely blanking a reporter upon her return and not answering any question, just staring straight ahead. So I do want to do a quick video on the future of Karen Bass. So again, I'm going to be as respectful as possible. I know this is a huge crisis in Los Angeles. It's a huge crisis in the United States. Lots of monuments and special sites are really at risk right now. And I have not yet Googled my former property. I don't think that it's anywhere near where all this is going on, but I did have a number of friends that lived in the Hollywood Hills, obviously, and in Pacific Palisades. So I'm really shocked at what's happening. So let's take a look and see what is going to happen with Karen Bass. So thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. As always, I'm going to bring up my card view now. And if I sound a little somber, I am sorry, guys. It is a tragedy, and it's one that many parts of our country don't experience because they're not in a high fire zone. Here in New Jersey, we have hurricanes and floods and fun stuff like that. But usually we get some warning and we get out of there. It's my understanding that the fire was moving at 1.5 football fields, was burning at once, and it was moving like 300 yards a minute or something like that. It was just whipping across. They are still experiencing high winds. They are not out of danger at this point. So the fire was started on Wednesday morning, I believe, and continues now into Thursday. So let's see how Karen Bass is going to do. Karen Bass is the mayor of Los Angeles. And if you are watching this from Southern California, my heart goes out to you. I hope you are safe. Karen Bass is going to be proven to be the anti-fire lady. Reckless attempts. There's no escape from this. Her career is over. She will not be able to recover from this. Will we see a resignation? Likely, we're going to see a resignation. I would like to point out how many wands we're already seeing on the board. We have failure here, abject failure. It's a wand. We have a wand here, and we have a wand here. So dealing with that, taking the care and time to make sure that Los Angeles stayed safe. So let's go back in time a little bit. What was she thinking? They did cut funding to the fire department, somewhere in the realm of $20 million. They cut some funding, and they also sent surplus equipment to Ukraine. It's my understanding Ukraine is not sending any of that surplus equipment back. There was also some issues with the water management. They had taken a significant amount of money, I believe, from the federal government. I think this falls into the responsibility of Gavin Newsom, though. They had taken significant monies to correct some of the reservoirs that they have, and that was not done, has not been done yet. Sorry, guys, I need a haircut. So we're going back in time. what was she thinking cutting the funding to the fire department? Being in such a high fire area. She really thought that that was a good idea, that she thought that those funds were better spent. I'm not sure where those funds went, but she did think that those funds were better spent. Now, there is a whole thing about DEI and equal opportunity in the fire department. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to get into her politics here. So she really did believe, she was a true believer in what she was doing. And she thought she was making budget cuts that were going to give a fresh start to maybe some other programs, some other things that were going on there. So she did truly, truly believe in this. And I can understand why, because they did have record rainfall in California over the last year. So one would think we are very flush. Now, part of the issue is they had removed a number of dams, it's my understanding, to save the smelt, which is a little teeny tiny fish. So they were, sorry guys, I definitely need a haircut. And that falls again in the responsibility of Gavin Newsom, that was in management of the country. Strangely, Trump had been there talking with Newsom about the forestry cleanup and some of the efforts that were done in Europe by some of our Nordic neighbors, and said, the deadfall needs to be cleared. It's just a tinderbox. We need to get this out of here. We need to be more attentive to it. And that was not done, again, for an environmental reason. So why did she not answer the reporter? She had no answers. She knew mistakes were made. She knows her career is over. And she knows that the mistakes are going to be on full display for everyone to see. Dominant energy. Two of Cups. She is going to try and fix this. Unfortunately, I do think that they have to sit and strategize this. They're actually fighting the fire and the wind at the same time, which you can't get those helicopters sufficiently up there with the water drops. Those of you that aren't aware of this, in forest fires, they have these helicopters and planes that go up and they do these water drops, and it's a nice big gush of water. But the fires are raging beyond what they can put out. So I think they are trying containment at this point. I believe last night it was still 0% of the fire was contained. So very, very serious, serious issue here. So I do think, we're going to see where it was just, we had good rainfall. We don't have to worry about this. The hydrants are dry. They're not pumping any water. So what happens to her after this? What happens to her after this? What is her future? We're going to get a speech. We're going to get something. I don't know if she's already made a speech yet. She's going to try and appease people. But under the surface, she knows her leadership is a failure, an abject failure. She will step brightly, try and get some unity going, but the reality is that she failed, was not able to come to the task. The little effort that she'll put forth will be augmented by some other individuals helping her. So I do think that we're going to see something come out of this, out of the failure. I think she is going to be motivated to do something, maybe a little bit stronger of an approach than she would ordinarily. But I do think she'll be stepping down. We're seeing a lot of that these days. Everyone's stepping down from their job. Um, what about the fires? Will they be contained today? It is January 9th. Will they be contained today? The sun. I'm not sure if that means yes or no. All hands on deck. there are going to be some interesting avenues that will be coming in to support and augment the police and um, fire squads that are going in there. So there's going to be a very interesting partner that's going to come in and say, "Hey, let us give you a hand," one that's unexpected. So I think that's a good thing. I do think we're going to get more hands on deck that are going to help out. Um, there's one Los Angeles firefighter who said, "I'm living proof that you can stay awake for 96 hours," which is terrible. So my heart goes out to all the first responders. I know that's not an easy job in Los Angeles on a good day. This is not a good couple of days. This is a bad couple of days. So I do think that they're going to get some calm down today. They'll be able to get some containment. I'm unsure if it's 4 or 5 separate fires that are burning right now, but it looks like they will be able to get some of this contained today. So, again, my heart goes out to everybody in Los Angeles. This is a terrible, terrible tragedy. If you start to peel away the layers of onions, you start to wonder, who's not accounted for, what pets aren't accounted for. The sheer loss of homes and security is just devastating. So I hope that everyone comes out of this okay. I hope that our first responders are safe. I hope all the residents are safe and that there's a quick resolution to this. So hopefully that will happen today. I'll see you in the future.